School safety is on everyone's mind these days, and even a simple comment to a friend can cause fear and confusion. When you're talking with your friends online, at school, or even on the school bus, don't make comments about weapons or threats to school safety. If you make verbal threats or talk about bringing weapons to school, joking or not, you will face serious consequences. Be smart. Don't do it. It's no joke.
Actually, I did.
Hey guys, if I could get you to settle down for me, please, and remain seated in the back. Thank you.
I'm sick of this place, man. I'm probably gonna shoot it up tomorrow.
I was just planning on wearing this dress that I got.
Base 2, this is bus 16. I have got an emergency.
The words you use are incredibly important. Think before you speak. If you make a threat, whether serious or not, you can cause great harm to others and end up facing serious consequences. Threats against public schools are a serious crime. It's no joke.
If you overhear a threat against our school or any students or staff, reporting it right away is crucial. It's your responsibility. It doesn't matter how it was intended. School threats are no joke. Don't pass it along and don't spread rumors. Report it to a teacher, an administrator, or a school safety officer. Report it. Don't share it.
They better not come to school tomorrow. Someone's gonna get hurt.
If you see or hear something, then say something to an adult. Your action can make a huge difference to help keep our schools safe. Threats against public schools are a serious crime. It's no joke.
Making online threats about safety at your school or anyone's school is a serious crime. Lists of targeted schools, images of weapons, talking about shooting up schools, anything of this nature, whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, or TikTok, will not be tolerated. Even if you forward these types of posts, you could get into serious trouble. Making threats against schools is a serious crime. You could be permanently expelled, you could be arrested, and you can go to jail. Be smart. Don't do it. It's no joke. There is no excuse for spreading fear. The moment you hit send, you could be committing a serious crime.
Whoa.
Law enforcement has the technology and resources to track these types of messages. If you post threats against a school, we will find you. If you see a threat post, report it. Don't share it. Threats against public schools are a very serious crime. It's no joke.
We are so excited to bring our first tag kiosk to the people here in Paulding County. So our first tag kiosk is located here at the Kroger off of 278 and 61 in Dallas. So one of the main benefits of us having the tag kiosk here at the Kroger is you can renew your tag anytime that this Kroger is open. Here at our tag kiosk, it prints your decal out instantly. Anyone can use our kiosk here at Kroger as long as your county participates in the tag kiosk program. Any Paulding County resident can use a tag kiosk anywhere here in Georgia, and there is a URL code that you can scan and find out which kiosk is the closest to you. If there's ever any questions about the tag kiosk, you can contact us here at the Paulding County Tax Commissioner's Office. Our telephone number is 770-443-7584.
Welcome to Larry C. Ragsdale White Oak Park, located in Paulding County, Georgia. This park features several tranquil lakes, vibrant playgrounds, and plenty of recreational activities, including a walking trail for everyone to enjoy.
From tranquil lakes to vibrant playgrounds, our park offers a plethora of amenities for you and your family to enjoy. Whether you're seeking adventure on our disc golf course, basking in the sun at our sand volleyball court, or simply taking a leisurely stroll along our walking trails, there's something here for everyone. For more information or to plan your visit, please call the Parks Administration Office at 770-445-8065. Larry C. Ragsdale White Oak Park, where memories are made and nature thrives.
Welcome to Veterans Memorial Park, located on the Watson Government Complex here in Paulding County, Georgia.
Our serene amphitheater and peaceful walking trail provide a tranquil space for reflection and gratitude. Within the park, you will find monuments paying tribute to the heroes of Paulding County who sacrificed their lives in service, as well as those who perished in the 9/11 attacks. Children can enjoy laughter and play on our well-equipped playground, while visitors can stroll along the scenic half-mile trail, surrounded by the beauty of nature. For more information or to plan your visit, please call the Parks Administration Office at 770-445-8065. Veterans Park, a place of honor, remembrance, and gratitude for our nation's heroes.
Welcome to Mulberry Rock Park, located on the south side of Paulding County, Georgia. This park offers scenic walking trails, a great playground for children to enjoy, multi-purpose fields, and plenty of outdoor recreational activities.
With amenities like our enclosed pavilion, multi-purpose fields, and 3 miles of scenic pedestrian trails, Mulberry Rock Park provides the perfect backdrop for your outdoor adventures. Explore our community garden, let the kids unleash their imagination at the playground, or gather with friends and family at one of our 5 group pavilions for a memorable day in nature. Embrace the tranquility of Mulberry Rock Park as you stroll along the pedestrian trails or enjoy a picnic at one of our single-table shelters. For more information or to plan your visit, please call the Parks Administration Office at 770-445-8065. Mulberry Rock Park, where every moment is an opportunity to connect with nature and create cherished memories.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Glad to see you here at this and take participation in your county government. As I will call the Paulding County Board of Commissioners Board Meeting for December the 10th to order at this time, and ask the Marshal if you have anyone that's signed up to speak. Thanks. And invited guests, we're going to have some Kinley Horn folks here. I guess they're invited, or they wouldn't be here. But that'll happen here momentarily. And pleased to have County Attorney Jason Phillips bring us our invocation and pledge.
Dear Lord, we come to you now on this rainy afternoon in December. Lord, we're here to do the people's business, and we, as we always do, we invite your Holy Spirit. We hope that your Holy Spirit is here with us. We know that you are, Lord. Lord, and as these, there's many, many items on this end of your agenda, and Lord, we'd ask that you would lay upon the hearts of these 5 elected officials here as to what you would have them do regarding the people's business in Paulding County. Invade their minds and their hearts and just help them to make decisions consistent with what you would have for the people that live here. Lord, I thank you for Dave Carmichael. I thank you that I've been able to serve alongside him in one form or another for many years, Lord, as tonight or this afternoon is his last Board of Commissioners meeting. Lord, he is truly a godly man, a man that chases after your heart. Father, a man that chases after the best interests of the people in this county. It's been an absolute blessing and a privilege to work with him, to serve him. And Lord, this county is a better place because of the 8+ years he has served here. We thank you for that. We wish him well. We'd ask you to bless his future endeavors, Lord, as he continues to serve on our airport authority, as he continues to serve out the rest of this year. We ask that you bless that 50 years of marriage that he'll celebrate this Sunday. We thank you, Lord, for Dave Carmichael and for Paulding County. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, my brother. If you still have your phone turned on, I just now turned mine off so it won't disrupt the meeting in any way. First item is minutes, of course, from a previous meeting. So action to adopt the November 12th, 2024 work session minutes and the November 12th, 2024 board meeting minutes. So I'll entertain a motion about these minutes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt by Commissioner Caker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Is there, well, there's no discussion on that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries 5-0. Announcements, we have none. Invited guests, we have none. Well, I take that back. That's where we're going to start with Erica Parrish introducing our guest.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
I would like to introduce our Kinley Horn team. Christina is our project manager. And then Luis is our deputy project manager. And we're really excited about this study. It's our Paulding County Major Corridor Study for 2024. It's the first of its kind, I believe. They have done a great job. We give them a notice to proceed January of this year, and they're wrapping this project up. We wanted to do just an overview of the project for the commissioners and the public before the item was presented to the board for final adoption. I don't know.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for your time. Chairman Carmichael, Commissioners. My name is Luis Tabuela with Kimley Horn. Our group has been working with Paulding DOT on the major corridor study. This presentation is brief, again, high-level overview of kind of the findings to date and the recommendations. So the study purpose, this study started to kind of to complement the recently completed comprehensive transportation plan that was done last year. And the purpose of this study is to determine the locations for corridor improvements and potential new connections to meet the county's current and future needs, transportation needs. The desired outcomes, there's a couple, starting with projects. We wanted to identify capacity projects, widenings, both in the short and midterm, but also in the long term. And those long-term projects, those may need to happen. So what we want to do is develop a process for right-of-way preservation and help the county think through that process. We're also working to identify roadway operational and safety improvements on many of the corridors, as well as some new connection, what are the most effective and impactful new connections in the county. Along with that, with the project identification, we also we worked on a detailed corridor study for 6 specific corridors, functional classification recommendations, an access management toolkit, and also some policy recommendations regarding the connection between transportation and land use. So shown here on the screen is an overview of our study corridors. We didn't focus on every single roadway in Paulding. The more residential local streets, we weren't focused on that. We're focused on the major corridors. So it's around 215 center line miles, 80 unique corridors, and here they're shown here by functional class. Part of the project also involved extensive public outreach, really in 2 rounds. Round 1 was in the spring of this year. The focus there was data gathering and needs identification. And then round 2 was this fall to really share the recommendations and vet those ideas with the public and stakeholders. So stakeholder engagement involved a stakeholder committee made up of county staff, the cities of Paulding, adjacent communities, GDOT, ARC, the representation from all the agencies that really play a role in Paulding's transportation system. Also, meetings with county elected leadership. We met with many of you throughout the process, and then city staff as well from Dallas and Hiram. The community outreach activities involved 2 open house meetings, one in the spring, one in the fall, some pop-up events, intercepts in the community, as well as online engagement through a survey and a project website. So Paulding's been very proactive with land use. A recent comprehensive plan identified or developed the map shown there to the right. Paulding is going to continue to grow, projected by 2050 an additional 67,000 people and an additional 9,000 jobs. So there's already been a ton of work by the county to put the pieces in play from a land use perspective. We wanted what this project is supporting is identifying what are the roadways that are the roadway improvements that are needed to support this growth and all these changes. Quite a bit of pieces and analysis were done early in the project and throughout the past few months, having to do with congestion, with transportation safety, access management needs, multimodal needs in the system as well as regional travel patterns. All these pieces come together to help inform the recommended improvements. And also paired with that was an analysis of roadway segment level of service throughout all of the major corridors in the study. So shown here are 3 unique scenarios that we worked on. One is current conditions. How does the system function now related to adopted level of service? And then future conditions, what happens in 2050, and also we analyze an additional future scenario considering developments of regional impact. So if these really significant developments occur, what is that going to look like in 2050? What is the impact on the roadway capacity? So that's why you see the kind of a different variation of color among the 3 scenarios. The deeper the red, the more we are exceeding acceptable level of service. And all this comes together really in a process, and with that, let me pass it over to Christina to cover that piece.
Thank you, Luis. So all of the work that we do is really a combination of a technical process supported by public and stakeholder input. And so what you'll see here is really a little bit more of the technical baseline for this, but as we know, no process is strictly technical. So what you can see here is the way that we took that level of service information that Luis was just talking about was to look and see, so if, for instance, in those 3 different scenarios, If all of the scenarios are being exceeded for any corridor, it's probably a concern now that we should be dealing with in the shorter term. And so we identified those corridors for that highest priority shorter term widening. Now for the ones that maybe aren't a problem today, but no matter what kind of development pattern we see in 2050, we expect that there's going to be an issue. We probably want to start looking at those in the midterm. And then for the ones that in the future, depending on which future scenario, you might have, in some cases, it might trigger, but if the development pattern is a little bit different, it doesn't. We don't want to necessarily jump the gun and start planning to widen all of those projects, those corridors right away. But we do want to prepare to make sure that if and when that time comes, that the county is prepared to be able to adequately widen those roads and not have to run into some right-of-way challenges. So really, when we're looking at the long-term widening, it's really more focused on right-of-way preservation so that if and when that time comes, the county is in a good position to be able to move forward. Now, there are some corridors that we don't anticipate need widening at all, and those are ones that we're targeting then for operational and safety improvements only. And we'll see how that plays out in the map. So what you can see here, we'll start talking through the recommendations. This first map that you see are projects that are currently underway. So your DOT staff has been hard at work on a number of projects, especially coordinating with GDOT on these state route corridors. So the ones that you see here on the map, particularly also 92, as being one of the ones that I know y'all have been waiting on for a while, we anticipate that these projects will help the mobility on these corridors for 15 to 20 years minimum. And so we're not making any additional recommendations on those corridors above and beyond what is already underway today. So you'll see us layer on to these projects. Moving on from there, we have our proposed widening projects and right-of-way preservation. So the darkest colors are, and it's a little bit hard to see in the legend, I guess, the darkest colors are those short-term widenings. We're looking really at 278 Dallas-Ackworth Highway and a portion of Cedar Crest Road. The interesting thing is we heard from the public during recommendations that these corridors are a high priority for many of your residents and constituents. And so those are the short-term projects. The midterm, we start to see a little bit of a lighter blue color, really focusing on Villa Rica Highway for that. And then those light blue colors, those light blue corridors, are the ones that we're really thinking about in that long-term right-of-way preservation type of context. So really kind of preparing the county for future opportunities to widen, but not necessarily doing that right away. There is a little bit of an overlap before we go to the next slide on that Dallas-Ackworth area just south of the 92 intersection. Part of that is underway right now. There is a scoping study underway, so we're including that. You will have noticed it on both maps, the short and the programmed, but that is just reinforcing the fact that, I don't know why I'm getting feedback. That is just a note to say why that you will see it on both maps. Now, beyond the projects that are the corridors that are looking to be widened, the additional ones that you see here on this map indicate the corridors where we've identified operations and safety improvements. So maybe those are a series of intersection projects, could be medians helping to provide better access management, but not actual travel lane additions. And then the other piece of this that's really important is as you continue to grow, it's going to be harder and harder to continue to add new connectivity to your system. So one way to improve congestion is obviously to widen roads. Another opportunity is to provide new connectivity so that people are not all concentrated on those same roads. And so as a part of this, we really sourced a lot of ideas from previous planning efforts, from input from the commissioners, and developed and evaluated a number of these different new connections projects. The ones that you see in green, two of them being predominantly east-west connections to the north, and then the third being the East Dallas bypass, are the ones that we are recommending for short-term improvements. And once again, had really great feedback from the public, being very in support of those same three projects moving forward. We have a number of other ones that we think the county should continue to explore, but those three are the ones that we recommend for short-term improvement. There are a number of other policy recommendations included in the document. As Luis mentioned, we have functional classification recommendations, a couple of updates for GDOT there, finalizing an access management toolkit that the DOT staff can use in conjunction with your community development team on access regulations along the corridors, some recommendations around active transportation, biking and walking, especially as you consider the youth and being able to safely get places. And then as you see here, some recommendations around roadway typologies, thinking not only about the function of the road, but also the context of the land use that surrounds it. So all of these are included as policy recommendations as well. And then the fun part, the funding. So as we know, transportation projects unfortunately require money and not just a magic wand. And so what we started to look at was how could potentially some of these opportunities move forward. So just some round numbers, taking a look at what we believe Paulding would be responsible for. If we look at just the short-term widenings and new connections, we're estimating a little over $200 million on the part of the county to move forward with some of those. Now that's in partnership with GDOT and things like that. If you add the midterm widenings on top of those, it's another $150 million. So the numbers are starting to add up. We did an estimate just to see, based on your current sales tax revenues and some very, very basic growth in the program, what a half-penny sales tax for 6 years could look like if, in fact, the county wanted to move forward with an isolated sales tax opportunity. But it's just to give you an idea of the types of revenue that could be generated and how it could help to offset some of these different projects. So in terms of moving forward and where you go from here, we're hoping for a plan adoption in a little bit, as well as some of the projects. So there are some projects that are currently in design or scoping right now. We do also recommend above and beyond those design projects for the corridors existing to also conduct some scoping studies on those new corridors, because we know land will potentially go quickly. Also, some recommendations around policy and code of ordinances. The projects are not the only way to make change. You can definitely do that as well through code. And so updates to the application process for developers and giving more information readily available on these corridor projects. Opportunities to amend the comprehensive plan with some information from this study specifically, and then also to continue to update the zoning map with the corridor overlays, really opportunities to kind of build on the work that community development has already been doing and add some transportation components to that as well, just to give a little bit more teeth to the plan. So with that, hopefully we didn't go too long. Any questions that you might have?
Pretty good, very good brief.
Okay.
Covered a lot of ground.
Hopefully not too quickly. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today, and congratulations to you.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Under bid awards, item 2 is action to approve the purchase of the skid steer loader Bobcat T770. That's a Bobcat from of Atlanta Incorporated. Bobcat of Atlanta Incorporated is the company, in the amount of $86,499. Purchase was approved in the fiscal year 2025 capital budget for Paulding County DOT, and will be funded using general funds under the Sourcewell contract. Do I hear a motion on item 2?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Galloway. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 3 is action to award the traffic signal installation at the intersection of Dallas-Ackworth Highway, Mount Tabor Church Road, and Fry Road to the lowest responsible bidder, Reedwick LLC, in the amount of $98,966. The funds for the project will be allocated from SPLOST. The project's located in Post 1 and also in Post 4. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Any discussion on this one? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 4 is action to award the Extreme Network switch infrastructure purchase to replace the end-of-life hardware to the lowest responsible bidder, PCS Incorporated, in the amount of $189,509.54. I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Is there any discussion? We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 5 is action to award the Extreme Network wireless infrastructure purchase to replace the end-of-life hardware to the lowest responsible bidder, also PCS Incorporated, in the amount of $122,220.75. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Galloway. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Snyder. Any discussion? We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 6 is action to award the Fortinet firewall purchase to replace end-of-life hardware to the lowest responsible bidder, PCS. That's Incorporated, in the amount of $92,593.46. Need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Caker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galloway. Any discussion on item 6? We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 7 is action to authorize a notice of intent to award the Reynolds Road Transfer Station project to Capital Waste Services. Do I hear a motion on that one?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Galloway. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Snyder. Any discussion on item 7? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Also carries 5-0. We don't have any reports from committees and departments. Public participation on agenda items. We have 4 people who have signed up. And we'll start at the top with Mr. Jim Tully, who is going to speak on item 36, which is the civil service classification for community relations coordinator. Jim?
Oops. Item 36 off of the previous agenda.
Oh.
I believe it's item 35 now.
35 now?
35?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I really don't need this, if I don't want it to squeal and make everybody hear a dog whistle. That's what it sounded like. So, Commissioner, thank you for the opportunity to speak. Jim Tully, I'm a resident of New Hope. I'm here to speak about the pump station, the Possum Creek Pump Station, and the agreement that was made previously that has expired, and it seems that property's ownership has also changed. I wanted to remind everybody of that. Secondly, would we be in this position if we hadn't have allowed this new developer to come in and use the balance of the Possum Creek capacity to start this other project? I understand that there might have been a little bit of commercial reserve there, and the portion of the additional project used that up, which is now requiring an additional pump station to be placed. If we had required this new developer to install a pump station in the beginning, we wouldn't be here today. The people in this county are, as I've spoken before, we understand the need for development. We understand that we are growing. We're no longer a rural county. We're a county that's growing by leaps and bounds. The desire to promote and coddle, bad word, tough word, developers, to allow them to come in and do what they do in our county and build a substandard product without standards, setbacks, infrastructure, whether it be water, sewer, pump station, lighting, roadways, school system preparedness, all of the above, to come in and do what developers do and leave us with the product is not something that this county has come all this way to be. We understand there is a time and a place, but slab homes that are all identical, and the only way you distinguish which one is yours is by the shade of gray that it's painted, are not what we're interested in. The community's not prepared for that. The problems that brings in 20 years are not what is desirable today. And we're all in this business of service because of tomorrow. And I want you to remember that if a developer comes in here and they want to develop, it's because that's what they do for a living, and we should expect them to contribute to this community at such a level that the taxpayers of this county aren't on the hook to install a pump station that was unnecessary until we let that property be developed. They should contribute to our infrastructure, to the growth of this county, because they're going to do what they do. They're going to develop and they're going to leave. They're not citizens here. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Point of privilege, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Known you for a while. You're a model to me with your commitment to God, community, and children. I want to commend your life of service both in the military and in your professional life, and now in your service to this county via commission. At some point, you decided to add me to your 4:30 in the morning text message thread. I thought I had definitely passed into a new realm of connection when you included me with those early morning prayers.
Best time of day.
Pardon?
The best time of the day.
Best time of the day, and I think you were surprised when I answered you back immediately. Yeah. So that was the thing. So God bless you, Dave Carmichael. Thank you for your service to this nation and this community.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, everyone.
And I'm going to guess that Ricky Hess also wanted to speak on 35 and not 36.
That is correct.
Okay, you got the floor, Ricky.
Mr. Chairman, Board of Commissioners, thank you again for allowing me to speak. I know you guys hear from me a lot. But and a quick apology for the way I'm dressed. I wasn't expecting to speak today, so I'm just kind of wearing my work attire. But yes, this is to 35, or what was the old 36 item number. I took the time to talk to a number of individuals to get some diverse perspectives on this issue. And I am aware that there's some pros and cons to it. In fact, our incoming chairman taught me that you always have to look at the pros and cons and weigh them out. And I suspect that you guys will do that today with a discussion and a vote. But there is something I do want to echo from Jim, and that is really no matter how this vote goes down today, this is just a treatment for a symptom. And that symptom is that we let the builders take advantage of this county and our resource. And I'm not talking about just the rock in the ground, but I mean the community and the people and the location. And we need to find a way and have a discussion, and that's what I'd like to see this board do moving forward, is have a discussion about what it takes to make sure that builders have a stake in this county, that they're not just building homes, but they're building a better Paulding. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. We have Miss Andrea Pearson, who has got the right number, 35.
Yes, sir. Andrea Pearson from Bloom Parham. I'm here to speak on item number 35 on behalf of Walton, Georgia, LLC, our client. And I would just like to reiterate to you all this afternoon that countless hours, money, and energy have been put into this project, both on behalf of the prior property owners, Walton, and the county itself. The sewer development agreement that was put in place provides access to sewer for the property and provides beneficial sewer solutions to the surrounding area. The sewer development agreement itself, when you read it, identifies multiple of the county's current sewer issues that are going to be addressed by this agreement. This is not simply an agreement for this project. This is an agreement to solve a current issue with the county's sewer service. Those include the current gravity sewer in the Possum Creek Basin has a gap of 8,700 feet, currently requiring the use of a regional lift station, which pumps to the Copper Mine water reuse facility in Hiram via the New Hope commercial area. This development agreement will eliminate that Possum Creek lift station that was referenced and will construct a gap sewer to eliminate the gap, as well as change the direction of the flow of the sewer such that it will now flow north to the Pumpkin Vine water reuse facility and free up treatment capacity in the Copper Mine water reuse facility. So this is providing numerous benefits to the county's current sewer issues, including eliminating the gap, taking a current lift station offline, and changing the flow such that treatment capacity is freed up in Copper Mine, and it will now go to the Pumpkin Vine water reuse facility. And the county in the agreement identified that it wanted to extend its sewer service in this basin to assist expanding economic development, remedying existing sewer issues in the New Hope commercial area, and further expand sewer access in the county. So this is addressing some of the issues that have been identified here this afternoon. And also recall, or I would like you to hopefully appreciate that the parties here have been diligently pursuing development since 2021. So this is not a situation where 6 months ago somebody realized this agreement is about to expire. Walton, its contract purchasers, reached out starting in April of 2021, shortly after Walton purchased the property, and have been working on issues such as the site plan for the property, the lift stations in the property, so the internal sewer issues. So there's been years of back and forth with the county and with us pursuing development of this project and working through those issues. And as I mentioned, this agreement benefits the county. It's already in place, and we're just simply asking that you extend it to allow more time for the development that has been pursued to proceed and the sewer infrastructure improvements be put in place. And the agreement itself specifically contemplates this situation. It has a provision that contemplates that the agreement might expire, but you all have the opportunity to grant an extension if desirable. And staff, Mr. Wooten, has recommended the extension of the agreement as being mutually beneficial to the parties. And this is an agreement that embodies a solution that was reached after countless meetings, technical memorandums. The county required the prior owner to put in an extensive study to show that this sewer solution would work for the county and for the project. And this is also a situation where Walton is going to be contributing $1 million of its own money and is responsible for any cost overruns. So this is not a situation where the county is simply providing the money for the project or for the infrastructure. There is investment on behalf of the developer in order to make this sewer solution work for the project and for the county. So we ask that you recognize the benefits to the county for the agreement, not undo years of work that has gone into both this sewer solution for the county and for the project, and to allow for this simple extension to be agreed to so that these sewer improvements can be put in place for the county's benefit to solve a gap in the county's current sewer infrastructure. So we hope that you recognize the benefits of this agreement to the county itself and grant the extension that is being recommended. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Fourthly, and the last person that signed up was Mr. Joel Larkin, who is going to talk about agenda item 25.
Good afternoon. My name is Joel Larkin. I'm with the firm Sam's Larkin & Huff in Marietta. I appreciate the chance to talk to you all today. I'm here on behalf of item 25, which is a request by Ardent Acquisitions to rezone 300 1.5 acres of property on either side of Cartersville Highway from R2 to MPR. And most of you were on the board when the MPR classification was adopted in middle 2022. This was adopted with the idea of providing creative ways that property could be developed so we could appreciate the topographic and other features of the property. In this case, the property is zoned R2, which allows development of up to 2 units per acre. So the developer here is not trying to get a density grab or try to promote additional development in the county. They have a site plan that they're submitting that is 1.3 units per acre. So it's under what could be theoretically developed in the R2. They've been meeting with the county and staff dating back to mid-2023. They came to them with this property and presented various proposals, various creative ways to develop the property. And it was kind of a joint site plan that was developed with staff. And we got a positive recommendation from staff to develop it as proposed. We came before the Planning Commission, and there again we got a positive recommendation, including a vote to recommend approval by the school board representative. We came on the agenda last month, and Commissioner Schneider came to me and requested that we consider tabling it so we could have a dialogue, a continuing dialogue about the property, and I appreciate his efforts on that. And it kind of dovetails with the corridor study that you heard from today and some of the concerns from the neighborhood. And I was pleased to see on the corridor study that the Cartersville Highway corridor fell in the long-range concerns across the board. This isn't an area that your traffic consultants have identified an immediate and big problem. It's one that they've identified that you need to look at and plan for the future. But in talking with the county, although the R2 and the MPR both allow development with no real specific guidelines as far as the architecture, other than the MPR has a general statement about craftsman type development. We have submitted a proposal to the county for some architectural guidelines, and we took them out of the former low density quality residential district that you had. And if you recall, in that district, you had kind of like a cafeteria plan. I believe it was 12 or 14 different criteria that staff in the county had identified as being positive attributes. And it said, you pick 5 of these and make sure every house had 5 of them. There were 4, I don't remember the number. But it was to avoid the concern that Mr. Tully had, that somebody would come in and just drop on the ground a bunch of cookie cutter identical properties. You know, there is a community that doesn't want that. So what we have now is we're going to have houses that are going to be designed with these positive attributes. Also, when we compare it to the R2, that required that we build, I believe it was 1,100 square foot house, basically any house we want. And now we're proposing a minimum in the MPR of 1,800 square feet, anticipating that most of them will probably be larger with these additional architectural features. Commissioner Schneider is a tough negotiator, and he twisted my arm, and I think some of you will be surprised, but he prevailed upon me to go back to my client to further help address the concerns that the community has. And my client has offered to make voluntary contributions of $500 per lot to the school board and $500 per lot to the DOT, with payments to be made when the building permit is obtained. So we feel like we've gone a long way to try to address some of the long-term concerns that the neighbors have in the neighborhood and the community at large. It's also worth noting that this is a project that would be built out over a period of years. I think it's like 7 years before we're done. So there is additional time even from today to plan for the houses that will be coming online. So we think we've got a first-class development. It's designed exactly to meet the MPR, which is what the county told the developer they wanted. So we would appreciate your positive consideration. And I'm here and the developer's here to respond to any questions that you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Larkin. Under the consent agenda item, we read them this morning at the work session there this morning, so I don't need to read them this afternoon, but I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Motion to approve the consent agenda items.
A motion to approve by Commissioner Caker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galloway. By the way, the ladies are ahead today. Any discussion? We'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Now moving to old business, item 25 is action to approve the 2024-29-Z, which is the application by Ardent Acquisitions, LLC, requesting to rezone the 205.14 acre parcel portion from R2 suburban residential to MPR master planned residential district for the development of 399 residential units, including 61 attached residential units. Property is located in land lots 1143 and 1144 and 1160 through 1164 and 1214 through 1217. These are all in District 3, Section 3, on the east and west side of Cartersville Highway, which is State Route 61, south of High Shoals Road in Post 4. It's previously tabled from the November 12th, 2024 Board of Commissioners meeting, and the recommendation by the Planning Commission was to approve with a vote of 5-0 and 1 with 7 stipulations. Do I hear a motion?
Commissioner, I'd like to make a motion to table it this one more time to the January 14th meeting.
I have a motion to table by Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Second.
A second by Commissioner Galloway. What kind of discussion do we have on item 25? No discussion? No further comments? All right, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Anyone oppose? Carries 5-0. Under new business, item 26 is to discuss action to authorize the chairman to enter into a supplemental agreement with Collier's Engineering and Design Incorporated in the amount of $31,360 for right-of-way acquisitions, services, and appraisal services for the State Route 120 connector, which is Hiram Sudi Road at Davis Mill Road, the north-south intersection improvement. Funding will be allocated from SPLOST. The project's located in Post 1 and also in Post 3. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve by Commissioner Galloway. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Any discussion on 26? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 27 is action to authorize the chairman to approve and execute the application for the GDOT fiscal year 2025 local maintenance and improvement grant, LMIG, in the amount of $2,219,757.32, and the required 30% match funds by the county of $665,927.20. This will be allotted from the general funds, and it's located in Post 1. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Dunn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Is there comments, discussion on this one? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. You're not going to have all gravel roads anymore, are you?
No, sir.
Item 28 is action to adopt Resolution 2024-32 for the Paulding County Major Corridor Study 2024. And Mr. Jones spoke clearly and succinctly about that this morning. I'm going to make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Any discussion? All right, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. 29 is action to adopt ordinance 2024-13 text amendment, amending Title I, which is administration and title. Part 2 is zoning of the Unified Development Ordinance, UDO, for the Paulding County, Georgia, and for other purposes. Do I hear a motion on item 29?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Who wants to talk about this one? No one? We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 30 is action for the Board of Commissioners to adopt ordinance 2024-14, amending the Paulding County Code of Ordinances, which is located Chapter 40, Article 2, Section 40-8, which is maintenance and property litter, or maintenance and property litter free, as Mr. Jones educated me. Litter free. So
It's not free litter, it's litter free.
important distinction. And so we need a litter-free motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Dunn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galloway. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 31 is action to award a 2025 budget amendment in the amount of $1,500,000 for stormwater projects. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
A motion approved by Commissioner Caker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dunn. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 32 is action to authorize the participation in operational expenses of the Drug Task Force in the amount of $72,805. I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Any discussion?
Well, after what the Drug Task Force did last week in Paulding County, I think they deserve to have that little bit of money.
Well said.
That
Yep.
was a good job.
Yep.
If anybody's here, great job.
Any other comments, questions? All right, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 33 is action to authorize the county manager to sign documents accepting the fiscal year 2024 BJA grant, which is a number OBJA 2024-172141, including a federal participation amount of $297,041. Is there a motion for 33?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Any discussion on 33? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 34 is action to approve a sewer recreation path easement at 75 County Services Lane with Nature Walk Development Company Incorporated. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Commissioner Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galloway. Any discussion on 34? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 35 is action to approve the first amendment to the development agreement for a 2-year extension of the Possum Creek Gap sewer agreement between Paulding County and Walton, Georgia, LLC. Do I hear a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to table that to the January 14th meeting.
We have a motion by Commissioner Snyder to table until the first meeting in January, which is January the 14th. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galloway. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries 5-0.
Is that correct?
No.
Mr. Chair, I don't think that's the correct vote. I believe it is 3-2.
I didn't hear any nays.
I think there was a hand vote down there. I believe Caker and Dunn against. Takes us to 36.
Say again?
I believe we're on item 36 now.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear the voting on the previous one.
Mr. Chair, if you're so inclined, ask for the vote again. Call for the motion. And if the commissioners would all respond verbally.
Okay.
And Mr. Chair, just to recast, there was a motion to table by Commissioner Snyder. It was seconded by Commissioner Galloway. So I would call for the vote.
All right. I apologize. I didn't hear the vote. So all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Aye.
Nay.
And I'm going to vote nay also, so it switches the vote.
Mr. Chair, out of an abundance of caution, just to clarify, we have a yes vote to table by Commissioner Snyder, a yes vote by Commissioner Galloway, and a nay vote by Commissioner Carmichael, nay by Commissioner Caker, and nay by Commissioner Dunn. Is that everybody's vote?
Correct.
Okay.
So the vote is 2 for and 3 against.
Correct.
Do you have that, Rebecca?
So now, Mr. Chair, I would entertain a different motion.
You would entertain a different motion?
The motion to table has failed. So there's no
yeah.
motion on the item.
All right, would any of the commissioners like to make a substitute motion for item 35? I tell you what, I've been around a long time. I've been through way too many airport lawsuits, way too many. I've seen this county in lawsuits way longer than we should have been. And that's my concern here with, well, tabling, it just puts it off. So, you know, I don't see what new information we're going to have on January 14th. Of course, Tim will be sitting up here, not me. But there's a lot of things that need to be done in relation to how development is allowed in Paulding County. And I think most long-term Paulding Countyans realize that we don't want a bunch of monopoly houses like Mr. Tully talked about. We don't want a lot of houses that are 5 feet apart. We don't want a lot of houses where all the trees are cut down. We don't want the developers just to be in it for money. And I would applaud Commissioner Stover, previous Commissioner 4, and Commissioner Dunn for all the things they've done for this county to improve the quality of homes in Paulding County. But we've got a long way to go. So that's why I wanted to change my vote, is because I don't want to go through another lawsuit. And this thing, I sat in Edison Engineering with Mike Jones, and Chuck's not here, he was here this morning. Chuck Rand, with Baker Street and who else was in there? But this has been going on for 4 or 5 years, and it needs to be resolved. And if changes are going to be made, I think it needs to go with the next development that's voted on, but not this one. This one's, and some of the things that Miss Andrea Pearson said, and also talking to Mr. Wooten, Baldwin has done a lot of things to try to move this forward. And I'm not saying their product's the best product that's ever been built in Paulding County, but as far as being able to move the county forward with the corrective actions that have been taken with sewer, I think the only way we move it forward is to not extend it. I mean, to extend it. I mean, to not extend it. So as you can tell, I'm in agreement of a 2-year extension.
Can I make a motion to approve?
Here we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Caker. I'll second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, the vote's 3-2 for extending. That good? Do everything correctly?
I believe it's correct. I think we're on item 36 now.
Item 36 is action to adopt the civil service classification for a community relations coordinator. I'll make a motion to approve, to adopt item 36. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a second by Commissioner Caker. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 37 is application by Christopher Zacharitz requesting a special use permit on 9.03 acres within the A1 agricultural district to operate two family businesses, a mobile coffee trailer, a paintball facility. The property is located in land lot 102, District 19, Section 3, south of McPherson Church Road and the east side of the Silver Comet Trail and east of Hanlon Road in Post 4. The recommendation by the Planning Commission was 3 in favor, 2 against, and 1 abstention. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Snyder. Is there a second?
Just to clarify on that, is that with the stipulations or without?
I'm sorry, with the stipulations, the 12 stipulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, a motion to approve by Commissioner Snyder with the 12 stipulations. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. Is there any discussion on 37? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 38 is action to approve 2024-03 SPSA Site Plan Stipulation Amendment. Application by Michelle McCauley requesting to amend the site plan within the Master Plan Residential MPR, the MPR district for a more appropriate design which aligns with the geotechnical and environmental constraints as it relates to applications to 2005-01-Z, which is PRD, Planned Residential Development District, and 2021-03-Z, which is MPR, Master Plan Residential District. The property is located in land lots 699 through 7,000, land lots 699 through 701, land lot 740, land lot 741, land lot 770 through 773, 118 through 815, 842 through 845, and 884, and 884 and 885, District 3, Section 3, on the west side of the Seven Hills Boulevard, the north side of Gulledge Road, and across from Serenity Lane in Post 4. Recommendation by the Planning Commission was a 5-0 and 1 vote. And the zoning stipulations for cases 2005-01Z and 2021-03-C remain in effect. So we're ready for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Dunn. Is there a second?
Commissioner Schneider?
Sorry. Well, you guys look so much alike, you know.
It's a compliment to me.
I'll second that.
That motion was by Commissioner Snyder, and who seconded it?
Commissioner Galloway.
Commissioner Galloway. Thank you, Virginia. And is there discussion on this one before we vote? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries 5-0. That's the conclusion of regular business. No one has signed up for non-agenda items. Are there any comments from commissioners? Are there any announcements? Anybody expecting new children in their family?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to take an opportunity to thank you, sir, for your leadership. And
I don't think I did a very good job today, but
well, it's been an honor to serve with you, Dave. I've been here 4 years, and it's been you've been very gracious to me, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And for the record, guys, not everybody, I get to be Mr. Carmichael's commissioner moving forward, so.
and I know what his phone number is.
And you know where he lives.
That's right.
Yeah, I definitely know where he lives, in the barn.
But thank you, Dave. It's been an honor.
I appreciate
And,
that.
I
More
hope
than you
get
know,
to spend
Pete.
some time with that beautiful family of yours, some well-deserved time, so Godspeed,
It's
sir.
been an honor to work with y'all. I think we have become a team, and I like a team that doesn't always agree. I think we're a lot stronger that way. And Mike Jones keeps standing up like...
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you leave here without you letting me talk. The commissioner would,
You're standing up, the restroom's down the hall.
I think I built them. If the commission wouldn't mind, I'd like to express my thanks to Dave. I've had the privilege of knowing this man a very long time, and worked under him as the county administrator prior to Frank taking over for many, many years. I got to serve with him as a post commissioner. I never got to serve under him as the chairman. But you won't find a finer man in Paulding County to lead a county like this. And while Dave Carmichael and I have never agreed on everything, nor would I with most of the commissioners, you won't find a man whose heart is more in the right place than that man. He and his wife Lou have raised a wonderful family here. And I'll tell you, every decision that ever came out of that man's mouth was vetted through his heart and done so to the benefit of the people of Paulding County. And I heard him say just a second ago that he didn't think he did good leadership today. I completely disagree with that. Your action on item 35 is a testament to your leadership. And I want to let you know, probably my last day as a Paulding County employee many, many years ago, this man took me quail hunting and tried to get me to stay. But I love him and his wife Lou to death. It's a fantastic family. And Paulding County is certainly losing a good statesman. My guess is he won't leave us completely. He'll still be around in some capacity. And we're all better off for having you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. What are you laughing at, Ray? Yeah, Tabitha and I were talking out in the hall. You're ready to go, but you know you're going to miss it, and I'm certainly going to miss everyone. And I think we're going to talk a little bit more a week from today, and maybe that'd be my announcement. We are having a State of the County at the new senior center, and we'll hear from some commissioners and get to see that new facility. They have brand new audio visual in there, so I might make a bunch of bags of popcorn. You can watch a few movies in there. So a lot of people, Baker Street, taking the lead on the remodeling and the restoration of that building. So it'll be good for high school proms, where they don't have to go to Atlanta unless they choose to. A lot of other galas and events will happen there, and it saved the county $1 million, didn't it? So by going that route. So we may see you in a week there, and I guess I just need a motion to adjourn. Yes, ma'am.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I just want to say I will never forget when I first met you and joined in on your Post 1 campaign. We fought long and hard on that one, but now I get to work. I got to work with you up here, and I appreciate, enjoyed, and loved every minute of it, even when there weren't some not so good things going on. I think we had more good things than not so good things, and good luck. And God bless Lou for having you around all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm planning on going over to Steve Caker's and fishing.
Well, good. Take him.
Yeah.
I wanted to remind everyone of the market this weekend, the Chris Kendall Market, which will be right out here in front of the courthouse. And please bring your friends and family. We're going to have concerts. We're going to have music all day. Starts at what time Friday?
5:30 Friday, and then noon on Saturday, and I think 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, so it'll be going 3 days. Please come and enjoy that and buy your last minute Christmas gifts. I know most of you are probably already done, unlike me.
And Mark Wills will be performing at 6:30 Saturday evening. So if you want to see a local, come see Mark Wills.
That'll be 8. He'll be going on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, 8. I'm
8,
sorry. Wrong information. 8 o'clock.
And I'd like to put a plug in for our own Paulding County choir or chorus. They've been practicing, and so they're going to be performing what time?
I think it's 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday, and one good thing is I'm not a part of that group. You don't want me a part of that group, but I know it's something that Chairman, you and I have been wanting to do for some time, so this was a great opportunity. I've heard them. They're great. It's about 12 or 14 of them, and I think everybody would be really, really surprised. So it's been a great experience for all of them. They've really enjoyed it.
Well, we got a motion and a second, right?
Not to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion and a second now. All in favor say